Okay, now getting back to what it should be all about is, I guess, trying to improve my health and my kids' health. Now, what my kids are a fan of is macaroni, cheese, and spaghetti. They like a certain brand that's frozen. And what I'm going to try and do is just get them onto some healthier food. Okay, but it's got to be quick. It's got to be easy. So it's got to be pre-prepared. It's just got to be a matter of heat and eat. Now, I want to keep the dish simple. So what we've got there, this is one pot cooking. Okay, that fry pan is just to heat these. And what we're making today is soft tail shark. What? Community. We're making soft. What are they? Soft shell tacos. Oh, they're tortillas. Well, let's pretend that they're soft shell tacos. Soft shell tacos down by the seashore. Okay. Now, traditionally, and I'm guilty of this too. You cooking Mexican. Dame una cerveza. Get me a beer. And it's like alcohol is doing nothing for you. It's not a bad social lubricant. I'm an expert on drinking, and 2 beers really loosens you up. Okay. 4, you're reaching the peak of what's going to be happening. The peak of the high, so to speak. 6 beers, you're having a great time. 6 to 8 beers, right? That's where it's got to stop. Going beyond that amount, nothing positive is going to happen. Okay, but for just a drink with friends, 1 or 2 beers, and it's got to be rare. You know what I mean? It's got to be special occasion sort of stuff. If you're drinking every night, drinking regularly, you're a victim. You're a victim of popular culture. Or even traditional culture. There's many cultures that drinking is and drinking hard. Spirits, like my dad was Swedish. He drank heavily from the age of 19. 18, I think. And we're talking bottle of scotch a night, sort of stuff. But we have a look at what we've got here. We've got a fantastic mineral water. This is my favourite of all the brands. You can go and have a look at. This is Cappy. They've got terrible marketing. A touch of class would have been just Cappy. Like it is. But this graffiti mineral water, you can't even read it. You know what I mean? Look at that brand. That's iconic, right? That's a mess. That's graffiti. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip that into the freezer, but I can do that in a second while it's cooking. Okay. So that's going to hydrate me for the evening, and it's always good to knock one of those off, after work, because it's collectively what you do. It's the collective result. You can look at your back over a year and you had a couple of beers every night. Look at the cost of that. But also consider, the effect that's going to have on your health, because that's where it all comes down to. It's those little things that make the big difference. And when you add up all those little extra things, like a few extra beers here, and you calculate that over the period of a year, that's where it comes from. So it's about addressing the things that you can control. And the only thing in this world that you can control is what you put in your mouth. Okay, there's very few things that are in your control. So it's not good for you, and I encourage you to get onto the mineral water. And also, what I do is, you can see over there, is that I always have that boxed water, and that's a spring water, Australia's purest water, they call it. But what we're going to be making tonight, and what my absolute favourite is just some orange and either lemon. I just got limes because they're on sale, right? That's another trick, and that's how you save money. Is you just if it's on sale and I use that product, I buy it, you know, because you may as well buy it then while it's cheap than buy it when it's expensive. Now, usually I just do lemon and orange in mineral water, and just the sweet and sour, it's just the perfect balance, right? And it's just the perfect amount of refreshment, okay? Now, look, there are some processed foods here, and, you know, this is ultimately what I'm looking to eliminate, but, you know, I'm going to use this meal as an educational tool. I'm going to learn how to, you know, like all the fucking time I waste on the internet, I'm going to, you know, learn how to make tortillas, you know, or at least find someone, that, you know, a bakery that pumps them out, or, you know, what have you. But, you know, we've got that line there, we've got a taco sauce. I should learn how to, you know, make that taco sauce. But further to that, I should grow the ingredients that I like cooking with. So all these ingredients, I'd be able to identify a meal plan, my weekly, my fortnightly meal plan, and my garden should be able to produce, you know, a lot of that content. And, you know, perhaps, you know, here we go. The Blue Wren is coming out with a seasonal cookbook, right? That's going to be related to, you know, what you're growing in your garden. And, you know, this is the direction in which I'd like my channel to go. You know, like, fighting with fucking douchebags, arguing here, like, what's the fucking point? You know, it's like that kid song, let it go, let it go. You know, like, fucking hell. You know, and if I learnt one thing, you know, doing community service, and, you know, that was an education, right? The whole day, you know. If there was one thing I learnt and took from that, was you've got to learn to let it go. Because at what cost and what benefit, okay? So, you know, as we swankily do, you know, what I don't have here is the avocado, but I'll show you that later. You got a little bit of coriander there. So, you know, we've got the beans there. Now, I want to learn how to make beans from, you know, dry beans. So we've got a bit of a mix of black beans, kidney beans, and I'm even going to throw in a bit of baked beans. I've got some seasoning there, and that's just store-bought, processed shit, blah, blah, blah. Right, all the processed stuff. This and this. Fuck, that was nearly tragic. All the processed stuff is right there, okay? Now, that's what I want to start doing. Buying dry beans, soaking them overnight. Okay, what we have here. And if you look at a traditional Mexican street food, right, this is what I'm doing, but I'm turning it into one pot cooking, right? So we've got, you know, tomatoes, we've got potato, Spanish onion, a bit of garlic there, you know, capsicum or pepper. That's actually a pepper that's slightly hotter than a capsicum. We've got coriander, some corn, you know. We're going south of the border today, people. And, you know, we're not going to use much oil, right? This is a high protein dish, right? So you're going to get that feeling of being full, okay? But it's easy. Once it's cooked, mate, who doesn't want to have tacos every night? Fuck, you know? So you just eat this until it runs out. And because there's no meat in it, it's not like you're going to have to worry about, you know, killing yourself with whatever's growing in that decaying flesh. So, you know, this is, we'll get started. Okay, there you have it. A little bit of lime squeezed in the water. 2 types of chili sauce. We've got the hemp seeds, a bit of coriander on there, and once again a little bit of lime juice to cut that through, or lemon. But importantly, you can see, now that's going to cool down before I package it up, right? But importantly, the kitchen's clean, okay? You can see where I was streaming from today. Now, if you have a look here, bit of Viking power there. I think one of the best rags, one of the best kitchen rags you can have is an actual tea towel. So I always like to use a new tea towel. So whatever the yesterday's one or whatever, wash it out under the sink. You know, that's today's, you know, kitchen. And they just wipe down the bench so easily. You can, you know, They're absolutely awesome. And then they're straight into the wash. Perfect.
We're experimenting with their diet under the vegan umbrella, which means different vegan lifestyles, vegan diets. I'm supportive of that. I understand that people need to do that. That's just how it goes. We all do that at some point. So
it's all because of fucking Blue Wren, and I really don't like him.